how to scale Instagram on iOS devices. Today I'll be teaching you a system that I use for all of my agency clients. It's basically a copy-paste for any offer, any industry. It's absolutely amazing, and that's what I'll be teaching to you guys for free. So let's dive into it. Now, this system, you own your traffic, which is absolutely crucial. Any page that you grow is yours and will be yours forever. It does not need dollars flowing in for traffic to come out. It's very scalable. It only needs a phone and some accounts on that phone. And that's the only thing you need to do to scale this. Now, the compound effect on this is crazy. Here and there, you'll have a reel that pops out and goes viral, and this compounds onto all of your accounts, all of your videos, and it's absolutely amazing. It's also very passive, and besides content creation, there's not much that you have to do to run this whole system. Now, let's do some numbers. So, let's say you have 50 accounts, 3 posts a day, averaging 500 views per reel. That's 2.3 million views. Now, 1% of that visiting your profile are 23,000 profile visits. And you can probably imagine what that will do to your brand or product. It's absolutely great. And this can bring you from 0 to 10K months very easily on just 50 accounts with 500 views on average. Now, a grown account does not do 500 views. That's something you do your first weeks. When an account is grown, it will be more like 5,000. So let's see what those numbers look like. With 5,000 views, it quickly becomes 23 million views. And 1% in profile visits is 230,000 profile visits. And can you imagine the effect that that will have on your product or brand or anything you're selling? It's absolutely amazing. And that's the power of organic reach. This won't go away just like that. It's yours, it will always be yours, and it's your own network of accounts. So, today I'll be teaching you how to do this, how it works, everything from setting up accounts to automating the whole thing. So, every phone needs a factory reset. We do this to get rid of any network data, any traces from previous blunders you had on spamming, social media. It just has to be clean. So it's very crucial that you do this. Now, so when following the setup after resetting, just do everything as it should. Just choose your language, log in a Apple ID. There's nothing special that you have to do here. After setting up your phone, you want to insert a SIM card and use mobile data. So why do we use mobile data and not proxies or VPNs or even your home network? Thing is, if you are sharing proxies or VPNs or your home network with other devices, other accounts, if other people blunder on those proxies, it will all cause a chain ban with your own accounts, and that's not something you want. And even if you're running your own phones at home and one of the phones is blundering or it gets banned, it can cause a chain ban happening on all of your devices and all of your accounts. And that's a nightmare. You don't want that to happen. Now, when using mobile data, all of them will have their own network. And it's not that expensive. I think it starts at $10 a month, depending on how much gigabytes you use. So use mobile data. Don't look at proxies, VPNs, or anything like that, except if you have clean ones or do have some knowledge on how to use them. But if you're a beginner, just use mobile data and don't look back. So there are two paths that we can follow here. You have non-jailbroken phones and you have jailbroken phones. On a non-jailbroken phone, you just install Instagram and you can then continue with the next step. On jailbroken phones, we can install Crane, install Choicey, and set up containers. So for people that do not know what containers are, these are basically isolated apps in one phone. So your phone has multiple versions of an app in there, and they are all hidden from each other. So Instagram won't know there are 10 other Instagrams on your phone. And this is how it looks. As you can see, you have container 1, container 2, and here you have a notification from container 1, and a notification from container 2. So basically you have different apps running at the same time on one phone. So if you go for jailbroken devices and containers, there's one important step. Each time you switch containers, you have to toggle airplane mode on and off. The reason being, when your airplane mode is off for 10 seconds and you turn it on again, it will give you a new IP address, and you can then open the new app. And that way, when you're using multiple apps on one phone, it won't have overlaps and you won't get banned. So that's that. So when you got your container set up or Instagram installed, we can start preparing emails. So to create accounts, we use emails from a custom domain. You can buy a custom domain on websites like GoDaddy for just 99 cents and call it anything, your appname.com, anything like that. When you bought your domain, there are lots of websites where you can create email boxes for your domains. And most of times you'll be able to do this in the provider of the domain like GoDaddy or EasyHost or anything like that. Now you'll create these emails, group 1, Instagram 1, it does not matter. Just create different emails. So creating accounts. So each email can get profiles attached to it. So what we'll be doing is getting group 1, creating an Instagram account and adding more profiles to it. You want to save that in a database, Notion, Airtable, does not matter, but you want to keep track of that. That's basically what you do. So you open your app, you sign up with your first email, and you add the profiles to it. That's that. Now, warming up accounts. To do this, we want to scroll reels. Just scroll reels, like a reel here and there. Do this the first day for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And just make sure the account is used, you get content that you actually want to see, and all of the Indian videos or dancing women are gone. Now, when doing that, after doing that, we want to follow competitor pages. Now, the reason being is that Instagram will place you in an algorithm that is the niche of those competitors. So, for example, if you're doing e-com, just like lots of brands, if you're selling an app in, let's say, yoga, you want to follow all of these yoga accounts and you want to get in that algorithm of your niche. Now, after doing that, scrolling reels and following competitor pages, you're going to post your first reel. So when that's done, you do that for maybe a day or two, your account is basically warmed up. And from here now, you can just post 3 times a day. And while you're posting, you also want to follow 10 to 20 target users. So just go to your competitor pages, scrape the users list, find actual users, non-bots, and follow them. And this will make sure that you get extra engagement, extra view time, extra followers. And this really counts up and makes your accounts prone to go viral. And it's very important that you do this. People will just post, but you really need to follow those target users as well. Now, to post, we also need content. You can use websites like Creatify.ai, CR.ai, Klingai.com, and you can create and generate very realistic images with AI, with your product, with your app, with anything that you're selling. Be creative with it, create slideshows, create Q&As. Now, after generating the content, you want to provide this content to VAs or just edit it yourself. And you want to create a pool of content which you can then repurpose using a custom repurposer tool. So what does this do? A repurpose tool will basically take one piece of media and create lots of unique versions of that. And you can now post these without being caught by Instagram's algorithm that you're reposting content. So it's very important that you do this if mass posting the same content. So this is basically the system that I use for all of my agency clients. You just scale by adding more phones, more accounts, and it's basically copy pasting. Now, to make all of this smooth and actually scalable, we need to automate this. So to automate this, you can hire VAs on onlinejobs.ph. And you can just add remote control software for the iPhones and they can just start posting and engaging. So that's one way. There's also software, iOS automation tools where you can just post, where you can just schedule your content and leave it and it will just automate the whole thing. So we provide a iOS automation tool. If you visit cloudpilot.com, you can find our software platform in here. This is the software that we use to scale all of our agency clients automatically on Instagram. You can claim a 7-day trial to set up your phones and see if it's something that you can use yourself. And basically, when going through one of these, you can very much scale this. You add more VAs, you add more iPhones into the iOS automation tool, and that's it. So that's the whole system to scale any network of accounts to multiple millions in views. If you would like to have this system done for you, you can visit cloudpilot.com, click the agency page, and in here you can find more information on how to contact us and start scaling your own network of accounts done by us.